If you have people around us who are always talking bad, they're backbiting, using foul language, not praying when it's time for prayers, Allah Ta'ala says he's a loser. This is the nature of human being. We are killing ourselves spiritually if we are not keeping the right company. Our problem is that we do not give the environment to that seed of love that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has put in everybody's heart. So how to develop that love? So what I was saying was that Allah Ta'ala has put as the seed of that love in every single human being's heart. All the other makhlukat, they love Him. They don't disobey Allah. Whatever Allah Ta'ala has said to them, they do it. It's only human beings and the jinns who have been given a choice that if they want to obey Him, they can. If they don't, then they can't. But the love of Allah Ta'ala demands that we do obey Him. So there is a seed of that love in everybody's heart. That seed needs to be in the right environment in order to develop that tree of love. That's the thing. And I don't know if people like gardening or not. If you put a seed in the ground, if the environment is not conducive to that plant will either not grow, or if it grows, it will never give fruits. So for example, if somebody puts a seed of a mango in winters, say assume like we fast track that and we say for example in 10 days it grows up or it becomes a tree, just like hypothetical scenario. But still it will not give fruits because mango is the fruit of summers. You need that heat in order to get mangoes. So the winter fruits will not come in summer fruits will not come in winters. You need that environment. So that seed of love needs that environment in order for that plant of love to grow and to give its fruits, the fruits of love. Our problem is that we do not give the environment to that seed of love that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has put in everybody's heart. That's the problem number one. We just look at the environment that we all live in. Al-mar'u ala dini khalilihi. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Aw kama qal," that a person will be on the deen of his friend. He said, look at who you are friends with. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, look at who you are friends with. Look at your environment. Look at your company that you keep. If the company is not good, then the seed of love will never grow. Never, ever grow. If you have people around us who are always talking bad, they're backbiting, using foul language, right? Not praying when it's time for prayers, they're not encouraging each other, then how can that seed of love ever grow? Never. And this is not a small thing. I've already told you a couple of ayat that how deadly serious is that. Allah Ta'ala is Al-Wadood. He loves us and He wants us that we love Him back. And we are not even giving that seed of love of His the right environment in which that seed can flourish and it can give the fruits, the trees and the fruits of love. We must keep the right company. Make sure that we are around those people who remind us of Allah. That's why we sit together on Friday nights. I want to sit with you so that I'm reminded. When I remind you, I remind myself. Wal-Asri, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Wal-Asri, Innal insana lafi khusr. Allah Ta'ala takes an oath by time that a human being is in loss. Who is not in loss? Illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Those who believe in Allah, and those who do righteous actions. Number 3, wa tawasaw bil haqq, who remind each other of the truth. Wa tawasaw bis sabr, and they remind each other to be patient, to be steadfast. Only these people will succeed. If we do not remind each other, we will fail. Allah Ta'ala says He's a loser. This is the nature of human being, that we need reminders. We need to be in the right company. Prophet ﷺ gave examples. He said a good company is like a perfume seller. If you go to him, you sit with him, either he will give you perfume or at least you smell good. You're in the environment of perfumes. And the bad company is like a blacksmith. If you go to him, either it'll burn your clothes or at least you will feel the heat. You'll never get anything good from a blacksmith, in the company of a blacksmith. That's what he said. Be in the right company so that you can feel that love of Allah. His words will remind you of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. He always reminds you of what's right and what's wrong. We must be in that company. If we are in that company, as I said, that people who are using foul language and shouting and screaming and dunya and dunya and dunya all the time, which car, which house, how much money, how much this, how much that, and never talk about Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, how can this seed flourish? We are just putting layers and layers and layers and layers of dust on that seed. We are just burying this seed even more, and we're not letting it grow. We're not giving it the right environment. We must. I feel I don't have words, because words cannot do justice to things, unfortunately. I can raise my voice, and I don't want to raise my voice in order to express my passion as to how important is this, my friends, to keep the right company. We are killing ourselves spiritually if we are not keeping the right company. What else do we need? If we take this same example of a seed getting the right environment, what else do we need to do? We water it according to the requirement, of course, but generally we do water it. We have to water our hearts with the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in isolation. When Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was made the prophet, he was given a few instructions. Ya ayyuhal muzammil, qum al-layla illa qalila, nisfahu aw inqus minhu qalila, aw zid alayhi. Allah ta'ala told him, oh my prophet, stand up at night in isolation when everybody else is sleeping. Majority of the night, half of the night, a little bit more, a little bit less, much of the night. Stand up in prayers. Number 2, warattil al-Qur'ana tartila, and recite Quran with tartil. Thehar ke, aram se, gently, slowly recite Quran. Inna nashi'at al-layli hiya ashaddu wat'an wa aqwamu qila. This standing up at night will crush your soul, will crush your nafs. It helps the most. Ashaddu wat'an wa aqwamu qila, and it helps the most in keeping the word straight. It will enter your hearts at that time when you recite Quran at that moment. Inna laka fin nahari sabhan tawila. During the day you have a lot of other things to do. So if you're busy all day long, just like us, then you must get time at night, because it is absolutely necessary that you spend some time in isolation with Allah and recite Quran. Wadhkur isma rabbika, and then mention the name of your Rabb. Watabattal ilayhi tabtila, and be in the state of something called tabattul. What is tabattul? Tabattul is 100% focus on Allah, 0% focus on dunya. That is tabattul. Allah Ta'ala is giving these initial instructions to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He's preparing his heart for that huge work that he's going to take from him. Don't we need that? Right? This is watering our hearts. Some time in isolation, zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, mentioning Allah, reciting Quran. This is watering the plant. That helps them. This is watering the plant and giving it the nourishment that it needs. And that will make the plant grow and the flowers will come out. Absolutely necessary, my friends. And making sure that we keep it away from the filth and the sun and the heat of bad people. Make dua to Allah Ta'ala. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to make dua, Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbaka wa hubba man yuhibbuka wa hubba amalin yuqarribuni ila hubbik. Aw kama qala alayhi salatu wassalam. Oh Allah, I seek you, I beg you of your love and the love of those who love you. That also tells that how important is the company of these people. Ya Allah, put the love of those people who love you so that I can be in their company, so that I get your love. The Prophet of Allah is asking Allah Ta'ala this. And Ya Allah, give me the love of those actions that can take me to your love. This is a masnoon dua. How many of us beg this from Allah when we get a chance to go to Kaaba, for example? When we get a chance to go to Multazim, for example? Do we beg Allah Ta'ala of His love? Ya Allah, fill my heart with your love, Ya Allah, please. Ya Allah, fill my heart with the love of your Prophet. Ya Allah, fill my heart with the love of your book. Ya Allah, fill my heart with the love of those people who love you, the righteous people. Ya Allah, fill my heart with the love of righteous actions that can take me to your love. Do we beg Allah Ta'ala this in Arafat? Do we beg Allah Ta'ala this? Oh, Ya Allah, I need a car, I need a job. Ya Allah, I need a job. Ya Allah, I need a job, I need a job, and I need a job. It starts with a job and ends with a job. People are not married. Ya Allah, I need to get married. I need to get this. I need to get that. What is that? Allah Ta'ala said there are people who only want dunya. Man yaqulu rabbana atina fid dunya wa ma lahu fil akhirati min khalaq. They will have no share in that. Wa minhum man yaqulu rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. There are people who want dunya, of course, that seek Allah Ta'ala the best of the dunya, but they also seek the best of the akhirah, the hereafter, and that hereafter we cannot get until that we get the love of Allah Ta'ala, of Al-Wadood, who is loving us, and He wants that we reciprocate that too. So we beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my friends, that please.